Welcome to Kalu Plays COD, and in today's video I'm going to be talking about why I enjoyed Black Ops 6. Now, although the game's controversial, I believe that Black Ops 6 is one of the best Call of Duties that they've released in recent years. So there's three components to the video. The first is the campaign, which I'll touch on very briefly. The second is the zombies, and the third is the multiplayer, which is the main reason as to why I enjoyed the game. We'll talk about the campaign first. So the campaigns I normally only play if I hear good reviews or if it's a sequel to one that I've already enjoyed. Black Ops 6 was a sequel to Cold War, which was a campaign that I really enjoyed, and I really enjoyed the campaign. I liked that it was set in the Gulf War. I liked the reoccurring characters such as Woods and Adler from Cold War. And I enjoyed some very specific missions that surprised me. Namely, and I'm sure no one's surprised about this, the zombies mission. I won't go into more than that because I don't want to spoil it. The ending mission where you jump between the second to last mission and the last mission, and the fact that it's kind of almost mind-bendy was very, very enjoyable. And the mission where you sneaked into the casino, it was that right mix that Black Ops games bring, where it's a mixture of the Gulf War and then obviously your espionage undercover aspect. I'll talk about the zombies. So the zombies, I'm more of a zombies casual player. I'm not really massively into the zombies, but I do enjoy it time to time. The last zombies that I played was Black Ops 3. That's where I enjoyed it much more. And Black Ops 6 zombies was fantastic. I enjoyed all the map. I loved the modern mechanics. It was a good way to switch it up. But of course, all the maps were unique. The main three that come to mind are Liberty Falls, the fact that it's set during the day, but it still brings that creepy aspect to it. The Terminus, of course, I don't need to talk too much about it because everyone loves Terminus. But the fact that you have to cross the water, the fact that there's loads of test tubes everywhere, it's fantastic. And of course, the boss fight at the end of Terminus is one of the best in zombies history, I think. And of course the tomb, I love that creepy element where first off you're in the kind of Egyptian ruins, and then if you go through all the way to the end of the map, you're in the dark ether where the Pack-a-Punch is. But I think the best part about Black Ops 6 is the multiplayer. Now I know there are aspects that I don't enjoy, and of course they are all the controversial part. I don't like the wacky skins. I don't like that the skill-based matchmaking is so harsh. But if you ignore those bits, and I appreciate they're difficult things to ignore, I actually think that Black Ops 6 multiplayer is really, really good. It has the Omni movement, which I think is one of the best since Advanced Warfare. I really enjoyed Advanced Warfare, but I didn't like that they kept doing futuristic games just to get that extra movement. But Omni movement rewards dedication, I think. I think if you take the time to learn Omni movement, you are rewarded because you get that extra skill. It allows you to get into gunfights quicker, but also it allows you to remove yourself from gunfights. If you've put yourself in a tricky one that you're not going to win, you can use Omni movement to dive out of it. I love the maps. I appreciate that a lot of them have been called kind of Nuketown copycats, but I don't really believe that's the case. If you look at maps like Skyline and Subsonic, they completely contrast. Skyline is a mansion set in the daytime, and it's all rich and colourful and vibrant. And yeah, it's really small. You get to smash through the glass. It's really good on maps like game modes like Search and Destroy. But also, it completely contrasts with Subsonic, where it's like that broken airport with the planes in the middle and it's all war-torn. Also works really well with a map like Barrage that they brought out in the DLC, where it's set in the trenches and you've got all the sandbags everywhere. But because it's set in the Gulf War and the campaign makes that setting of a little bit of espionage and a little bit of in the trenches warfare, it makes sense. I also like maps like Rewind, where it's set in the old 80s 90s town, but it's a video store, and you go in, and when you're playing you can look on the shelves and you can see videos and TV screens, and you can break them and blow them up with grenades. And it really suits the setting, but also I think the map plays really well, again, on game modes like Search and Destroy, but it also works really well on domination. But of course, I also enjoyed the dark matter grind. The camo challenges in Black Ops 6 are really, really good. I like that you can use the DLC weapons to remove some of the categories that you don't want to do. So when it first came out, I didn't want to touch the rocket launchers, I didn't want to touch the melee. It was obviously a bit of a skill gap there. I wasn't very good at the time using those weapons, but I could use the DLC weapons, the new sniper rifle they brought out, the new assault rifles, and the SMGs that they brought out to replace them. And that meant that I was able to get dark matter by January. And then later on in the game's life cycle, I then went to the rocket launchers and the melee, and I got dark matter on that. And eventually, as DLC weapons came out, I got dark matter on every single weapon, simply because I enjoyed the game so much. It also works with... Omni Movement also helps with getting gameplay clips. I think that the mixture of Omni Movement and the maps and the setting, as well as the dark matter camo grind, it works really well getting like really good clips. Say you wanted to like dive to the side and then you've got this nice camo where you're shooting at people. But ultimately, the best part about Black Ops 6 is that they brought the Master Prestige back. And I appreciate that what I'm basically saying is that I enjoy Black Ops 6 because they brought back an old feature. But I think that it works really well with modern Call of Duty mechanics. That mixed with the Gulf War setting, the camos, the maps, the Omni Movement. All of that made me really enjoy the game. But then I continued playing because of the Master Prestige grind. And there wasn't a Master Prestige grind since Black Ops 4, which personally, I didn't really enjoy that game. I think it was like, they basically went halfway with it. They were like, oh, we're going to make a futuristic game, but with no advanced movement. And actually, I just didn't really enjoy it. But the Gulf War setting in Black Ops 6, what they did well is they stuck to it. It was a Gulf War game set in the 90s, and you had all these maps, you had all these camos, and it didn't really go too much off base. That, along with the camo grind and the Master Prestige, meant that I simply enjoyed the game and continued to want to play to get to Master Prestige. I didn't get to level 1000, but I personally think with everything combined that Black Ops 6 is probably one of the best Call of Duty games that they've brought out in recent years. However, that is just my opinion, and I would like to hear what your opinion is. If you enjoyed the video, drop a like, subscribe to the channel, and in the next video I'm going to be talking about why I'm excited for Black Ops 7.